Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Afiology. Today I have brought new video for you about the oldest languages in the world. When the world was created, there was no civilization and not in the society. Humans started inventing things. Language was one of the greatest inventions of human being, which led us to the development of human race and took us to where we are today. Before that, people used to communicate by using hand gestures, facial gestures, or by making some kind of sounds. The idea of the language came up about 10,000 years ago, though the origin of the first ever language is highly debated throughout the world. Certain ancient Holy Writ and cave carving reveal some of the oldest languages. There are more than 7,000 languages in the world. Today I'm gonna spell out 7 of them. Well, it's hard to say that one language is older than the other, but according to research, Tamil language is the oldest living language with a history of 5,000 years. It is a member of Dravidian language family. Dravidian is a family of languages spoken in southern India and Sri Lanka. It is the official language of Indian state Tamil Nadu, Sri Lanka and Singapore, and also has notable numbers of speakers in Malaysia, Fiji, South Africa and Mauritius. Its origins are primitive. More than 70 million people are Tamil speakers. Tamil language has 3 periods of grammatical and lexical changes. Old Tamil from about 450 BC to 700 CE, and Middle Tamil from about 700 to 1600 BC. And then there is a modern Tamil which is from about 1600 to till now. The shape of the Tamil letters changed immensely over time. Grantal letters were major addition to alphabet, and after the addition of these alphabets, irregular shape of alphabet was systemized. Grantal letter is derived from Brahmi alphabet and started to emerge during the 5th century AD. Now I will show you how Tamil language sounds. If you wanna say what is your name in Tamil, it will be Anga Parena. Now we have another oldest language known as Sanskrit. Sanskrit is one of the official languages of India. It is religious and philosophical languages of Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism and Jainism. This 5,000 years old language belongs to the Indic group of languages family of Indo-European, and its descendants are Indo-Iranian and Indo-Aryan. It is officially spoken in Uttarakhand, India. It is also known as Devvani, which means the language of gods. Vedic Sanskrit was a primitive form of Sanskrit language. After 500 BC, classical Sanskrit came up based on Old Vedic speech. According to the survey in 2011, more than 25,000 people have registered Sanskrit as their mother tongue. So there is very small amount of people who are speaking Sanskrit. So this was all about Sanskrit. And if you want to say where are you going in Sanskrit, you will say Yuyam Kutra Gachata. The next oldest language in the list is Egyptian language. It is an Afro-Asiatic language which was spoken in ancient Egypt. Afro-Asiatic is a large language family of about 300 languages that are spoken in West Asia, North Africa, the Horn of Africa and the part of Sahel. Some sentences of this language were found written in 2690 BC, which shows that it is one of the oldest languages known. This language is divided into 6 major chronological divisions. The first one is Archaic Egyptian, which was before 2600 BC. The next one is Old Egyptian, which was from 2600 to 2000 BC. The Middle Egyptian was from 2000 to 1350 BC, and the Late Egyptian was 1350 to 700 BC. This stage of Egyptian language that was written by the time of New Kingdom of Egypt around 1350 BC. The next one is Demotic, which was informal of the late period, started from 700 to 400 AD. The last one is Coptic, which was after 200 AD. These were the divisions and stages of Egyptian language. This is very interesting language. If you wanna say how are you in Egyptian, you will say Ize il Ahwal. Another language that will be discussed today is Sumerian language. Sumerian is the language of ancient Sumer. Sumer is the earliest known civilization in the region of southern Mesopotamia. It is also one of the first civilization in the world along with ancient Egypt. During the 3rd millennium BC, an intimate cultural reciprocity developed between the Sumerian and Akkadian. This promoted scholars to refer to Sumerian and Akkadian in the 3rd millennium BC as a scratch band. Thereafter, this language was gradually replaced by Akkadians and was likely forgotten until 19th century. The history of written Sumerian can be divided into several periods. Number 1 is Archaic Sumerian, which was from 31st century to 26th century BC. Second one was Old or Classical, which was from 26th century to 23rd century BC. And then there was New Sumerian, which was 23rd century to 21st century. And the Late Sumerian was from 20th century to 18th century BC. And then there was a Post-Sumerian, which started after 1700 BC. Well, this was the history of Sumerian language. Now I will show some words of Sumerian language. If you want to say hello or welcome in Sumerian, you will say Selima Himin. We have another oldest language on the table, which is Chinese language. It is also the oldest language in the world with a history of more than 3,000 years. About 1.2 billion people, approximately 16% of the world population, speak variety of Chinese as their first language. There are many groups in Chinese language. Number 1 is Mandarin. It is spoken in Central Asia and about 65.7% of population belong to this group. Number 2 is Min. Min is a major group of Sinitic languages spoken by about 30 million people in Fujian province. About 6.2% people in China belong to this group. The third one is Wu. Wu is also the major group of Sinitic languages spoken primarily in Qinghai, Jiangxing province, the southern half of Jiangsu province and border areas. About 6.1% people in China belong to this group. The fourth one is Yui, spoken in southern China provinces of Guangdong and Guangxi. The next group is Jin, which is spoken roughly by 63 million people in northern China. It is previously included in Mandarin. About 5.2% people belong to this group. Next group is Gan, which is spoken by many people in the Qinghai province. 3.9% people belong to this group. Next group is Hakka, spoken throughout southern China, Taiwan, Hong Kong and throughout the areas of East Asia. About 3.5% people belong to this group. Remaining three groups are spoken by 3%, 0.3% and 0.6% population respectively. Pronunciation of this language is arduous, but I will show you some words, as if you wanna say how are you in Chinese, you will say Ni hao ma. The next oldest language in the list is Hebrew language. Hebrew is a language of Israel. Modern Hebrew was spoken by over 9 million people worldwide. This is the language of Israelites, Judeans and their ancestors. It also belongs to Afro-Asiatic language family and commonly considered as holy language. United States has also the large number of Hebrew speakers. This language is written from right to left, same like as Pakistani national language Urdu. There is an official body which decides on new words for Hebrew language. Many Hebrew words have entered the English language like Satan and abracadabra. Hebrew and Arabic are very close to each other. Shalom in Hebrew is salam in Arabic. If you wanna say do you speak English in Hebrew, you will say at madirat anglit. So this is how Hebrew language sounds. The last language in our list is Lithuanian language. It is the official language of Lithuania. It is one of two living Baltic languages, belongs to the Balto-Slavic branch of Indo-European language family. Baltic languages are spoken by the Balts near northern Europe. It is also the official language of European Union. There are many words which are similar to Sanskrit. For example, dantis in Lithuanian is danta in Sanskrit, which means tooth. Now I will show you how this language does sound. If you wanna say not bad thanks in Lithuanian, you will say ačiū neblogai. So that's it from today's video, and we'll be back with new video. See you soon. Viso gero.